Good evening to everybody out there. This is White Ash Flies with Colin Mahoney. Thanks for listening. We're bringing you another installment of Sonnet Octagon. 3 sonnets of Edmund Spenser, mano a mano, with 3 sonnets of William Shakespeare. You can follow White Ash Flies on Spotify, SoundCloud, and on Twitter at Colin Mahoney15. And now, Sonnet Octagon on White Ash Flies, beginning with Sonnets 4 through 6 by Edmund Spenser. 4. New year forth looking out of Janus gate doth seem to promise hope of new delight, and bidding the old adieu, his passed date bids all old thoughts to die in dumpish sprite, and calling forth out of sad winter's night fresh love, that long hath slept in cheerless bower, wills him awake, and soon about him dight his wanton wings and darts of deadly power. For lusty spring now in his timely hour is ready to come forth him to receive, and warns the earth with divers coloured flower to deck herself and her fair mantle weave. Then you, fair flower, in whom fresh youth doth reign, prepare yourself new love to entertain. 5. Rudely thou wrongest my dear heart's desire, in finding fault with her too portly pride. The thing which I do most in her admire is of the world unworthy, most envied. For in those lofty looks is close implied scorn of base things, and disdain of foul dishonour, threatening rash eyes which gaze on her so wide that loosely they ne dare to look upon her. Such pride is praise, such portliness is honour, that bold and innocence bears in her eyes, and her fair countenance, like a goodly banner, spreads in defiance of all enemies. Was never in this world aught worthy tried, without some spark of such self-pleasing pride. 6. Be not dismayed that her unmoved mind doth still persist in her rebellious pride. Such love not like to lusts of baser kind, the harder won, the firmer will abide. The dureful oak, whose sap is not yet dried, is long ere it conceive the kindling fire. But when it once doth burn, it doth divide great heat, and makes his flames to heaven aspire. So hard it is to kindle new desire in gentle breast that shall endure forever. Deep is the wound that dints the parts entire with chaste effects, that naught but death can sever. Then think not long in taking little pain to knit the knot that ever shall remain. And now, Sonnets 4 through 6 by William Shakespeare. 4. Unthrifty loveliness, why dost thou spend upon thyself thy beauty's legacy? Nature's bequest gives nothing, but doth lend, and being frank, she lends to those are free. Then, beauteous niggard, why dost thou abuse the beauteous largesse given thee to give? Profitless usurer, why dost thou use so great a sum of sums, yet canst not live? For having traffic with thyself alone, thou of thyself thy sweet self dost deceive. Then how when nature calls thee to be gone, what acceptable audit canst thou leave? Thy unused beauty must be tombed with thee, which, used, lives the executor to be. 5. Those hours that with gentle work did frame the lovely gaze where every eye doth dwell, will play the tyrants to the very same, and that unfair which fairly doth excel. For never resting time leads summer on to hideous winter, and confounds him there, sap checked with frost, and lusty leaves quite gone, beauty o'ersnowed, and bareness everywhere. Then were not summer's distillation left a liquid prisoner pent in walls of glass, beauty's effect with beauty were bereft, nor it nor no remembrance what it was. But flowers distilled, though they with winter meet, lose but their show, their substance still lives sweet. 6. Then let not winter's ragged hand deface in thee thy summer ere thou be distilled. Make sweet some vial, treasure thou some place with beauty's treasure ere it be self-killed. That use is not forbidden usury, which happies those that pay the willing loan. That's for thyself to breed another thee, or 10 times happier, be it 10 for 1. 10 times thyself were happier than thou art, if 10 of thine 10 times refigured thee. Then what could death do if thou shouldst depart, leaving thee living in posterity? Be not self-willed, for thou art much too fair to be death's conquest, and make worms thine heir.